And hello everybody and welcome back to Anno 1800 back in Crown Falls, an ordinary capital at the moment. Now the problem with an ordinary capital is that it's ordinary and it's not really beautiful. So now I want to focus a bit more on beautification and especially getting rid of some of these factories here. Well, how should we do that? First of all, as we can see, we got lots of islands available right now. So here we do have Siffington. Now in Siffington the problem is that space is getting rather rare here, as we can see. So those grain farms are taking a lot of space. Not only that, we do have the pig farms here for the soap and the sausage production. So two things that we just don't want to have on one island because it will never be enough for a city like Crown Falls. So in that case here, over here we have Wellington. Now in Wellington, what we can do, well, we can continue building up our soap production, and for that, lucky we have enough influence and lucky we do have the resources for a commute up here. So let's build it here in Wellington. Now the thing why I choose Wellington is we have lots of green space here and not really any important fertility, because let me just show you one thing real quick, because finally I've managed to get one of these items here that we need, and that is the chef Michel, and Michel affects the cannery and he replaces the input from goulash. They process pigs. Isn't that amazing? So with this very rare item, really, I've re-rolled like 2 million of credits into this one here, I think. With this one here, we save not only a lot, and I mean a lot of workforce, we also save a lot of space and pollution up here in Crown Falls. And we can move the pigs then and the slaughterhouses right over here to Wellington. And here we have then 1,000 pig farms that will do everything from the soap to the sausage to the canned food. That's what we want to have. So in Wellington, we start with that. The commute pier is here. Oh, what I can see here is we do need a road connection, of course. And then we could already start with our production here. We do have the workforce. Well, workforce kind of we don't have. When I look at Crown Falls, what I can see is that workforce is really low, especially for the farmers and the workers. So our town is big, but well, it's just a town and it doesn't really offer housing for many farmers and workers. So the first thing over here in this little your peninsula, you could say, we do have a timber production that we no longer need. So we do have a big timber production already in Crown Falls, and we could actually move some of those timber productions up here into the mountains where no one actually will miss them. So here, what I can do, let's just place a few lumberjack huts here. So I'm thinking about 3 of them, and as we can see, thanks to the mods, they produce way quicker. And in that case here, we can just have lots of these sawmills here, and that will just be perfectly fine. This one here connecting with all the sawmills, and there we have our warehouse here available. So those two are now producing the timber, and that means, well, bye timber production here close to my capital. So let's get rid of the lumberjack huts here. We no longer need them. Let's get rid of the warehouse and the streets. So there we have it, a new block of buildings that we can now place in here. So let's go with the marketplace there real quick. We have one here, so one here will be fine then too, and here we have, well, place for more housings. Now let's just check here real quick, because as we can see here, we have a train going down here, and at some point we might need electricity on that part here, right? At some point. So here we do have a 2-layered road already, and we just expanded then over here. So in this regard here, we probably will need, let's see, yeah, we probably will have like this block here only, and here we then just keep a bigger road layout that we have that's going then all the way up here. So somewhere here, right? And we could have another, well, power station here close by, something around that. Now here, let's have a few more buildings. This one here is a block of houses. So what we can do is here another block like this. And over here, let's have a marketplace. Well, let's actually have it further up here, because as I said, we have a marketplace here. In that regard, that should be fine. And then we can just add more buildings here to that place here. In that case here, let's leave something open here. We do need, as always, a pub as well, so we can just join the pub up here. And then we probably will need a fire station. So 3 buildings should be fine. Yes, it is. And then we have a few more buildings here to enlarge in Crown Falls. And here we can have another block of houses there. And yes, I would so love to pave the roads here. The problem is the bricks is so low, and we do need quite a lot of bricks now soon. So let's have a few more houses here. This is kind of like where Crown Falls is going to end in that case here. So it's the outer area close to the harbor district then. Harbor district is going to be here. So I'm leaving some space open here for some factories. So that fits then the harbor district. We also have special buildings then for the harbor district, by the way, as I said already. So we will see some special buildings for that. Let's get rid of those guys here. And then those farmer buildings here, very good. Let's place the roads there. Whoops. And then probably we really do need lots of farmers. So that is something over here. These are like the outskirts of the town. So in that case here, we can just, you know, they don't need to be that beautiful or ornamental or something like that. They're the outskirts where the poorer people are living in our mind, in our concept. In that case here, there we have some more buildings over here. And here we can then continue. Actually, let's have something else here then. Probably a police station or something like that. That is something. Over here, there we have a single lane for buildings then. We might actually have it like so. That's better, right? Then we can have more blocks of houses here. And Lady Hunt is purchasing shares again. But not from us this time, at least. So lots of farmhouses. As we can see, I can already see some of my schnapps tanking again right away. Here I want to have perhaps a smaller park or something. So we're going to have way more green spaces than in the previous cities. That case, so farmers is going up. Let's have a few more farmhouses over here. We will of course have some churches here too. And those guys here. So actually they have a beautiful view here. So we might actually have something up here then. Something out here later then. Right, so lots and lots of new farmhouses. That's looking fine. And just look at that. When I would live here, I would have that view over, well, first of all, over the main port of Crown Falls over there. Beautiful. We have an airship in the town here right now. Sailing away on this fine day. We would have a beautiful view over the city there with the skyscrapers in the background. And when we look around here, up here, we do have the massive cliffs then going down into the ocean. An amazing location that we have here, and we should probably honor that with a park or something in this location then, so we can use that. Now, very good, the farm workforce is going up. Worker workforce, that is not looking that good yet, so we should upgrade a few more of these farmers here to workers. In that case, we do need those workers, you know, for more production. So there we can have a few upgrades here and here. This is a very special area here anyway, because we have monumental buildings in that area then. Let's see, farmer here, this block there, this block here. That should be fine, right? Those guys here perhaps. That's it. So farmer is still growing there because I just placed those buildings there. But so far, this is looking fine. Now, in that case here, I love that we went on the shopping tour. So Chef Michel here, very important for the trade union in Crown Falls. So I'm going to keep the canned food factories in Crown Falls. I'm probably going to move them to the harbor since, well, it fits. And we don't need the goulash factory anymore with him. That's pretty good. Now, what other items have we got? We have the expert planter. I love him too. Affects the grain farm. Productivity plus 50% and number of modules plus 25%. For the grain farm, we do need more and more grain, so that is pretty good. And affects the bakery here, the fine cake decorator. Why did I choose those guys here? Because we are totally starved on bread, as we can see here. So no matter how many grain farms I build, I just cannot keep up with the amount of bread. And with so many new workers here, it's probably even worse now. So in that regard, let's get the cook out here, or the baker. And let's get the expert planter down here to Siffington. And in Siffington, we can then use this item there on these grain farms here. Now the problem though is the influence as always, so we are a bit low on that. Meanwhile, what I've done over here, we have the ship of the lines. There we have lots of Miss Hunt ships. She kind of is protecting that little island here. I absolutely don't care about this island there. I absolutely don't care about this one. What I care about is that there's so many ships of hers. So if she declares war on me, I want my ships to fire first. And in that regard, take out as many ships as possible, just in case. You know, I don't care about the islands, I care about her number of ships. The same thing we have, by the way, in the old world. Now, I've got my main fleet here in the old world, rather close to one of her main islands there. This one here is probably a hard nut to crack. This one here, it's her main island. That's lots of defense, and I just don't have, I mean, I do have the resources, I do have the money, but I don't have the influence to build more ships. That system is really crippling me. I mean, in this case here, it kind of balances the game out. Otherwise, I would probably have a million ship of the lines, and that would break the game as well. So in that case here, the influence limits us to the amount of ships that we have. So in the old world, we should be strong. We should just find a suitable location in case she declares war on us again. And in this case here, this one is not being used, so it should be an island that is being used so we can damage her. And well, this is really the only one. So here we could damage her. Over here we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cannons. I do have 6, 7, 9 ship of the lines. In that case here, it might be a close battle, but I would lose way too many ship of the lines. I cannot afford that. So in that case here, we do just use these ships here to, well, fight off some of these ships then. And in the new world, what we can see here, I do have a smaller fleet here as well. And those guys, well, they're practically just defending La Fortuna, Port Royal, and Kingston, my islands there. I don't care about the other islands at this point. They cost me influence, in fact. So in this moment here, I really just want to keep them as a defense. So in the new world, I'm not going to try and take any more islands, that is. So that is the situation military-wise. When I look at the diplomacy for that, we are a bit happy there with Miss Hunt right now. So I could, yeah, I could send her a bit of money there, make her even happier, even though, you know, there's no use for that. I could probably be at 90 influence her with her. She would still declare war on me. Alonso, I don't care about. He's pretty much non-existent. We can also see that with his military power there. And yeah, those two guys here, the pirates. Oh, one of my ships. One of my ships here.
Your flagship. Well, I'll see what I can rustle up.
All right.
In future, keep your flagship
In Siffington, we lost the flagship just now. No idea. There was no attack. There was probably a mine here again in the ocean, because we do have that very annoying quest right now that puts mines out on the ocean. And once again, it's my freaking flagship that I lost, like the third time now. I don't believe that. Let's get my clipboard. We need Chef Michel. He's actually in the ocean there right now. And boy, that was an expensive item. Oh no, it's not Chef Michel, it's the expert planter. Okay, he's fine too. He's important, but he's not that important. Not as important as Michel. So let's unload him there. But yeah, there's no pirate here. We are not at war with any major power there. We just lost the flagship there in that case here. Those ships are not hostile to us. Nope. They're not. So now you can continue. Right, so that's that. So let's continue now while we are at peace there, kind of. So here in Wellington, we do have the farmer workforce now. And I want to take those pig farms here that we have. So in that case, we can take them. I'm going to put them on blueprint right away. And yes, that is just amazing, right? We can just copy them from one island to the other one. That is just a feature that I love a lot. And in that case here, this is looking rather fine for me. What we can do here is we can move those warehouses there a bit. So we do have more open space here then for more pig farms, especially here then. Right, so we can have more pig farms going up there. And here we have the warehouses then connect. And in that case here, I'm actually pretty happy with how this one looks. It does cost me a bit of timber there. And we do have a bit of timber there left on this clipper here. Right, so let's unload that and get another warehouse up there. And then we can build those guys here. that warehouse here and probably need another warehouse here. All the way up there. Let's build this one. We still would have a few more timber, a bit more timber there. Very good. This is looking fine. Let's have another warehouse here. So that's the first start for our pig farms. We do, however, need a bit more timber, so we can take that from Crown Falls. One other thing that we still miss is the salvager. So I cannot build or buy battleships, you know, with that amount of influence. What I can do though is I can build the salvager. Now the salvager still does need a bit of steel that I need, steel bars that is, and electricity. Now electricity is something that we can put in here, close to the harbor then in that case. Or my favorite is we just, well, start building up our, well, kind of like industrial harbor over here. In that case here, lots of fishery. We don't need that many, you know. I'm going to move some of them, let's say, yeah, to Wellington might be a good idea. Down here we have a beach. Over here we have a beach, so we can have a warehouse here. Actually, we have two warehouses here. And we just need a very long street for that. And then we can have, let's say 10, right? We do have the farmers, and what I can see is 10. Oh, that's fine. We do have the timber for that as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is fine too. So in that case, let's connect. Let's build warehouses here. Right, my timber is on its way. And Crustacea, strange name. Let's get some more timber. And she's going to deliver all that timber here, the juicy timber over here. So that's 8 fisheries that I can get rid of here now. Plus we have the Harbor Master office. In that case, I think the Harbor Master office... Nope, it doesn't cost us any influence. God, I would have wished now to get some influence back in return, you know, but in that case here, nope. Not for now, but what I want to have here is, let's get rid of those farmers there. Yeah, I'm low on farmer workforce, but we need to do it sooner or later, because this is here our industrial harbor, right? We do have one. I do have some special buildings for this one here. So I want to have some industrial buildings here with the harbor area plus the electricity. Now the electricity is here. And there we have our oil power plant. It needs to have a connection there with the harbor too. So somewhere over here, there's the train then coming in. This is looking good. I can already see my harbor here. And here we have that too. There we have the warehouse. Perhaps let's get rid of those streets there, because the factories do need a different layout. And probably that one here too. Right, so lots of space here, plus the electricity that's going to shine. Let's get rid of those farmers there and move the police station over here. And then we have a bit more space even here. Everything that we need for this harbor here. So, having that, let's get over here. And get the timber off board. Right, we still need to do a few things here. So first of all, we do need to build the fisheries. Boom, that was a nice sound to it. And we still have the timber and the bricks. And what do we need with that? Of course, we do need to get some storage up here. And there we have, let's use this one here. So we do have several depots here. Some of you were asking. All of them do look a bit different, you know, have a few more other things. But they're basically doing the same thing. So this one has storage 25. This one has storage 50. And then we have 20 here. So I'm using the one with the 50 because, of course, we get the most out of it in that case here. Let's have kind of like this harbor or these depots here. Perhaps we can squeeze in one here. Very good. Having some depot here for the pigs. And yeah, actually, let's unload more timber. I'm going to tank now with the farmer workforce. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get rid of them. So farmer is looking fine again, but not for long. On this island now, we have 6, 12, 18, 24. And over here, 6, 12. Oh, we have way more, like 3 more blocks that I will need. So we can copy this one here again and place it over here for more pig farms. This case here, I don't need to blueprint it this time. Oops, and then we have another street here. And the warehouses for those guys here. That should be fine now. Now what we can do is we can now get rid of those pig farms here actually. This is going to be fun. And off they go. Now lots of attractiveness back for Sivington. I'm going to keep the warehouses for now. We probably might need them later. And now I will need to reroute my routes, of course. So we have no longer Sivington here. But it's... Oops, not the ships. But it is Wellington. And in Wellington, we now load all the pigs. And we already have lots of pigs here in store. That's fine. And then we unload them in Crown Falls again. So now they're on their way. And we do need another ship for the fishes. So let's have one with fish as well. From Wellington to Crown Falls. In this case here, that should be under food. There we have the fish. Even though we'll never transport that many. Let's just say 200 anyway. And we'll load them in Crown Falls. And oops, I do have a ship available for that. That is Crustacea.
Good and ready.
Very good. This is now a fish. There we have the pigs. And in that case here, amazing. That's pretty good. So now we can have more grain farms over there then, if we need to. And here we now have the space for our factory district. So let's get the commute pier over there. In that case here, I don't need those medium warehouses anymore. And the harbor master, let's move him... Actually, let's move him away for now. And over here, we have the power plant. So let's make another... train. That we might... Oh. Yeah. That we have here. Then I guess this could work. Yeah. Having that like so. Then we have the railway. That we have here now, and then this one's going all the way down here through the whole town up to our power station here. And of course we do need more paved roads again. Lots of them as well. There with the police station. And here we have a crossing then as well. Or actually 2 crossings. And we do have lots of bricks, so I can also use that here to just pave some roads there as well. And now we have the foundation for our factory district, and we just need to move some things over here.
People are rioting.